I played one of the most impressive and unique deck builders I have ever played.
And I played a war game about stealing sheep.
We played great board games this month, and we're gonna rank them in 3 different categories.
You talk about yourself. You played great. Maybe I didn't.
Well, in that case, those games will go in other collection, which means games that are just not for us.
And then there's the friend collection, which games we like, just don't need to own them.
And then there's mine collection, games that we're gonna keep in our collection, and if we wouldn't have them already, we would buy. And game number 1 is Unstoppable, which is the deck builder I talked about.
The most impressive, you said.
In this game, you'll have to beat the baddie. And the baddie has some life points, and you will take them away slowly. And you can do that by playing out cards. Here are your beautiful looking cards with missing chunks. And that's by design, because while you will be playing the game, you will be upgrading these cards, placing upgrades inside these cards, and now this card is more powerful. But the big trickery and unique thing is that, yes, your card just got better, but the enemies that you will have to defeat also just got upgraded. So whenever you're picking up upgrades for your cards, you're also picking upgrades for the aliens you will have to then defeat. Because in this game, there is no card draw, and you only can get more cards if you defeat the baddies. There will be a line of baddies, and whenever you defeat a baddie, take that card in your hand that you can then use to then defeat the baddies. So my quick review about this game, the positive thing that I really love about it is the cards and the card play. It's super unique, that's what makes this game, it's the most fun thing, brilliant. Negative thing is the teardown. When you have a deck full of upgrades, you have to take them all down and then place them back in, and it takes a while. This game goes into my collection. This is my go-to solo game. If I have some time to play a solo game, immediately go to this one. Just a quick thank you to a board gaming store called Money Hobbies, who gifted us Unstoppable when we couldn't find it anywhere else. So be sure to check out their store if you live in Europe.
You ready?
I don't think so.
You better be. Because this is Border Reivers, the sheep stealing war game.
As it is a war game and it takes forever to set up, we're just gonna do this.
You're done. That's essentially the setup. This game takes place in 16th century, where Scottish are stealing sheep from the English and Scottish, and English are stealing sheep from the Scottish and English. So essentially everyone's stealing everyone's sheep. This game is divided in 2 distinct parts. The first one is just card drafting. We each get a hand of cards, pick a card, pass it around. Essentially every card is great. And then once we're done with card drafting, we're just gonna mark the regions. We're gonna try to steal sheep or break our family members out of prison. Because if you fail at stealing sheep, they're either gonna hang your border reaver or take him as prisoner. And that's just the way we play. 3 big rounds with drafting and stealing sheep. It's actually a very simple war game. It just takes quite a bit to go through all of those phases, even though everyone's pretty much so involved all the time. The positive about this game is going to be the chill feel I have while playing this. Rolling a bunch of dice and fighting for those sheep, trying to steal them, is easy. It just feels like a really chill war game with simple rules. But some of that fun might be also a negative for some. It does take quite a bit to play, and it does have a ton of dice when you roll. You just go steal those sheep, and if you don't roll any successes, you just didn't steal, and even worse, maybe you get hanged for that.
Where's it going?
It is going into my collection, because I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to play another game. We'll see, maybe, you know, the first impressions and the first fun is great. Maybe that will wear off, but right now, super excited to try to play it again as soon as I can. So it goes into my collection.
Let's move on to the next one, which is Freedom 5. And this is basically a game about everything superheroes if they don't have the copyrights to Marvel. Or DC. We'll be playing superheroes that will have missions, and most of those missions will be defeating baddies right here. But before you can get to them, you have to defeat some of the henchmen that are on the board. Henchmen are creating anarchy and destroying the city. We have to stop them.
These little cute guys?
Those are baddies. Those are the baddies. And all of them are really weak, except if they get in groups. Whenever a 4th one would come, they spread out.
I've seen this mechanism somewhere.
Pandemic. So you have to manage the city while also trying to get a bit stronger by helping bystanders or taking care of anarchy and stuff. You go through a comic book. Comic book will have chapters, and these chapters will set completely new rules for each time you play. There are a bunch of actions written right here. And mostly move, roll a bunch of dice to defeat baddies, or play cards. The best thing about this game is it's the superhero simulator. You can do everything that you've seen in the comics that superheroes do, you can do here. There's a headquarters that you have to defend, there's bystanders that you need to save, everything's here. And the not so great part was the card play, which I felt like is good, it's good. It's just not too exciting because there are just few unique cards. They repeat themselves all the time. So when you get them and played them, first time feels cool, second time feels alright, third time feel like, I've seen this movie already. 4 secret envelopes that you will open while you defeat different missions, which will give you, most likely, cards. That might spice this up a little bit. Not a lot, a little bit. I really enjoyed it, and I really want to play it. But if I wouldn't have it, I would not buy it again.
Yes.
So it goes into Friends Collection.
Ready, set, bet!
Ba-doo!
Ready, set, bet is what it says it is. It's a horse betting simulator. You're gonna be betting on horses real time while one player just keeps rolling dice and moving the horses. Once the race is over, you see how much money you got. You might lose some if the bet didn't come through, and you might win some. You usually will win some. And at the end of the game, who has the most money wins. It's super simple. It's essentially a party game that can be played with up to 9 players. The positive is going to be it is real time. Everyone plays at the same time. There are no turns. You just think the 7 is gonna come in first, bam, you put a bet there. When the 3 horses cross the red line, no more bets. So you're like, do I now? Do I wait?
There's definitely pressure, and it simulates like betting really, really well.
But is it really a board game, Jans?
No.
I don't think it is. It is more of a shared activity. You can use the app and then it at all doesn't feel like a board game. So where does it go? Very tough. I'd like to put it in my collection, but it's not kind of board game. I'll put it in a friend's collection. But I will always play it. It's something else that I thought it would be. No, sorry, it's here. It's a good game. I convinced myself. It's a great game, goes into my collection. I would always play it. Plays a ton of people. Just really cool.
So my next one is Escaping Extinction. This is a cooperative game where you go around this map, discovering new places, and then trying to find these resources and bringing them back to Oasis.
To build
a rocket ship before Comet destroys planet Earth. The best things about this game are the looks and the concept. It's a very unique concept with dinosaurs building a spaceship. You all are cooperating, and one of the cool parts is that whenever you discover some places, they turn around and you find some resources there, but there are earthquakes. And then sometimes these already explored tiles will turn around. But the problem is the game, it plays you. There's not a game really, because it doesn't matter what you're gonna do, because what matters is how fast the comet is gonna go down. There's a deck of cards that makes the comet come down, and it's just randomly shuffled, so you don't know how quickly it will.
Yeah, and sometimes it will come real fast, and sometimes you can move one space back.
And in the gameplay, you will have turns where it's much more efficient to do nothing. Really cool looking game, but in general, it's not that great.
So where does it fit in the ranking?
I mean, this one goes to the other collection. This is a game that won't see my big board gaming table, and we're not smart enough to appreciate, definitely. It's one of those.
You're not the only one who has a solo game. Worldbreakers is a 2-player competitive card game where you're trying to get 10 power. And you get power through attacking the other player with your units, developing locations. It is quite similar to pretty much a lot of competitive card games. On your turn, you can do a couple of things. You can gain a resource, you can draw a card, you can spend those resources to play cards, and this I haven't seen before is when you use this action, you will flip this card. And then once this deck runs out, this is the face you'll be using. You'll shove it up and then you'll flip it again. That's quite unique, interesting, keeps it fresh, but I found the solo game really tough. Alright, so the positive. I love how great the package is. This small box contains so much stuff. There are multiple decks you can play. Replayability is really great for this just small package. But I think I have seen a lot of it somewhere before. All in all, a great package, excellent solo game if a bit tough, but I don't need to own it. But I will play it if a friend has it.
My next one is Skyrise.
Oh,
this is Skyrise where we bid on territories, and we bid with different sized buildings. You always start to bid from the middle. I'll say it's 11. You have to place in an adjacent region, for example there, a larger number. I can say, all right, that's one size too big for me, and I'll take back my houses you take this one. You get resources that are there, and then we'll score points based on different kind of cards.
So you're saying that size does matter?
In this game, size definitely does matter.
But generally, size also does matter, right?
Yes and no, because you will win the biddings with the biggest houses, but the game will end when you have placed all of your buildings. If you have just small ones left, you wait, and then you control the game and can place all of them. The positive side are the rules and general gameplay. It's super simple. I explained almost everything that you need to know. Just place and bid, and that's about it. And the bad thing for me is everything is good, which means nothing is good. I didn't feel any pressure to rush anywhere or get to certain places because all of these tokens will give me points. Some more, some less, but all of them are good. So for me, this one goes to Friends Collection. It's a really clean and solid game. I would definitely love to play it, but if I wouldn't have it, I would not buy it.
That's not a hat.
Ooh, this might not be a hat, but this is us asking for support. Go down in the description and check out a PayPal link. You can set the amount for €1, make it a monthly payment, and that would mean the world to us.
In That's Not a Hat, you'll be giving gifts. For example, look, a controller. I turn it over, I have to give it to the player to the left. Here, have a controller. And then Skyrise, that you don't see, could either refuse the gift and say, that's not a controller, because he has short-term memory loss, and he's like, oh wait, it was a controller. Too bad. Then he gets that as a minus point. Or he could say, thank you, and then pass a new gift to you. And once somebody gets 3 cards as minus points, the game ends, and who has the least amount wins. So it's a memory game. You'll try to remember. How hard can it be? But you immediately forget. We just had 4 cards and I forgot all of them. So the positive about this is what I call easy fun. Easy rules, simple, it's fun. A lot of people can play. Just fun to grab with you anywhere.
Fun.
But it is a memory game, duh, we explained that. And a lot of people don't like memory games.
Yeah.
It goes into my collection, just because it's so small also. And I would buy it actually if I didn't have it, just for these occasions like, oh, we have 10 minutes. That's not a hat.
Shadows, Heroes, and Monsters. So it's a collectible card game where you fight against other players, but also against monsters.
So it's PvPvE.
Yes, for you gamers out there.
Oh, I know what that means.
The game will end when either 3 baddies are defeated or when 1 player has upgraded enough. While it hasn't ended, you will play cards to do different actions, and mostly those will be attacking either the monster or other players. And all of these cards are your casual attacks, spells, and so on and so on. You will play cards face down so the opponent doesn't see them. And then you will reveal them based on the phase. And there are some cards that say predict, which means if you play this card, I predict you will play a 4th or 5th card. But in general, you will play cards to get money, to buy stuff, or get damage and defeat the bad guys. For me, one of the coolest parts are the phases, because that gives new intrigue in playing cards. The order in which they will trigger, and then trying to guess, will he play a card in the 4th phase? The answer is yes, always yes, because the 4th phase is the awesomest card. The negative thing is, does it stand out? The first thing that you will see is this cover.
Yeah. Dragon, check. Hero in trouble, check. Sword, check.
All right, and this one goes into Friends Collection. It's a really, really good game, I would say. But yeah, it doesn't stand out for me enough.
Clank Catacombs, a deck builder about pushing your luck. You are a thief that went into a dungeon to steal from a dragon. Not a great idea, right? So you want to go into the dungeon, steal the artifact, and get out alive. And you do that by playing cards. You'll play all the cards you have on your turn that let you move. They'll let you buy new cards, they'll let you fight monsters, and hopefully get out alive. But the unique part is the dungeon itself. It's modular, there are a lot of rooms, they work differently. So the biggest positive about this Clank game, because there are actually many, is the replay value. The board's gonna be modular. That's actually the biggest thing, right? Because we already had a ton of cards in the previous games, but mostly the board. Replayability is huge in this game. Maybe it's a bit too much of things on the board sometimes. Because during the game, you'll get damaged in different ways. And if you don't get out, you'll die and then you score 0 points. But you want to get out. But the routes can be confusing and you're like, okay, what's the best way I can go? It's that, it's just, oh, and that takes extra card to move there. Oh, there's a monster, I need sword. Just seems a bit too much, maybe. Where does it go? You already know, you already know. I love deck building, that's the favorite mechanism of all time for moi. And this obviously goes into my collection. Because at the moment, this is the only Clank I have. Finished Legacy and it's out.
Let's know what games did you recently play and enjoy in the comments down below. Love you guys, see you next time. And don't forget to check out our merch store to get this awesome merch, t-shirts, hats, everything. And it also helps support us make these content.
Also, the Christmas is coming up, so, you know, maybe a gift. It is always coming up, isn't it?
So there's always Christmas.
It's either the Christmas day
it's this year
or it's coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't forget to shop for Christmas presents really early.